Hello there, everybody. This is Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you still live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, with part 2 of the Mystery Card Night. So we were rocking and we were rolling and we were on a mission to make a fun fold. And just like that, the video just stopped, and I have a hunch as to what happened. I think that the storage in the whole my app, it ran out. I had to go through, there were 26 videos, and normally we do that at the beginning of the month. So usually we would have done that on June 1st, and I have to say that I think that we missed doing that, and the storage was full, and it just came up, error, you're done, like, bye. So here we are. And I just went through and I deleted them all, so we should be fine for the rest of the month. And what we're gonna have to do is we'll link both videos. I'm not gonna merge these two together to have one unique video. As much as I'd love to do that, that's a lot of extra work for Kelly to have to think about doing. So what we're gonna do is in the event on Facebook, in the event on my website, and in the email when we send out the reminder thank you email, we'll just have both videos linked. And so just know there'll be a part 1. We'll go back and edit the first one to say part 1, and this one says part 2. So hopefully you guys can make heads and tails of all of that, and it's not too crazy. But I know Tony said she found part 2 right away. We'll have to go back and edit the first video to say part 1, and we'll call this one part 2. So we should be good. So lots of you girls are gonna rock and roll back in here, and we're gonna keep her moving. Technical difficulties are just part of the gig. You definitely know that, Irene. Like, it definitely is. There's no, now we have 2 scoops. You're right, Nancy, 2 scoops. So you guys are gonna come back in little by little, and we're gonna keep rocking and rolling with our next clue. So, all right. Gave me time to get your pup out. Yay, good. You guys got a potty break. You guys got to go take care of whatever you needed to do for 2 minutes. It's all good. It's all good. And you said reply to leaving gifts, and they were learning to potty and were pooping everywhere but the box. Yep, that is so what they'll do. All right, and Sandy found her way back. So a bunch of you guys are finding your way back in here. We'll hit the thumbs up on this one again, and 42 of us are back. It's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we are gonna cruise. You guys, we've got the meat of the card done. Now we get to do the potatoes, and then we get to have dessert, okay? So we're gonna make it all happen. So I think we were just done with clue number 4 when that little bit of an issue appeared or happened. So we are gonna cruise on over to numero 5, clue number 5. All right, as I'm talking about clue number 5, just a reminder, we have craft roulette on Friday night. In case you guys watch Mary Gunn and the craft roulette show, I will be the guest crafter this coming Friday night, which is awesome. I didn't want to forget to say that. So watch what's going on here. You can see here, we've got some stuff going on for number 5. We want to adhere the 4 3/16 times 2 panel. So this is a panel. We're calling this a panel. This is also your last piece of coordinating cardstock 1. And apply adhesive as shown, okay? So what's going to happen here is the way that this little angled angle comes out here, it's the same height as this. And so we've created this side step action fun fold card, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to add here, we're going to apply glue only on the side here below the 1 3/4 inch mark. And then we're going to apply it. Now, Jolene did make a note on here. She said, note, this panel is a smidge smaller width-wise as the multiple layers pushed a 4 1/4 mat out of position slightly, and it required trimming, okay? So we opted for just a hair smidge. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just center that between the edges. If you want, you could put it a little bit closer here, or if you know, the other option too, if you're a fan of like, I need to have this exactly buttoned up exactly, you could cut it at 4 1/4 and you could potentially trim it too. But just know we did it just a smidge so that it would definitely fit in the gap here. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna apply a little bit of glue here. Hello, BG Nunley. That unexpected cutoff had me trying to figure out if I had bumped the remote. Oh man, sorry about that. But yeah, it was definitely my Switcher Studio. It filled up. So we're just going to do a little bit of a squiggly line back and forth here. Yep, pretty, there you go. And I'm gonna adhere this, making sure I'm flush on the bottom. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure it's flush on the bottom, and I'm gonna center it slightly. So just know, for those that are a little bit picky and want things exact, you could maybe start off with it being a 4¼ inch wide, and if it hangs over, you could always trim off your side. But I just centered mine, and you really can't see that it's just a hair off on each side. It's there because of the scoring on the side here. So, and we made a note that that's why. All right, that's it for clue number 5. That seemed really easy, but now when we open this up, you can see we've got this cool fold that's happening in front of our eyes. So Tony's done with number 5. So I'm sure that a bunch of the other gals are gonna rock and roll in here, and we can meander over to numero 6, number 6, you guys. I get to use my Spanish numbers when I do this one. I don't know, it's like the only time I feel the need to ever do my Spanish numbers. All right, you know, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? All right, so let's go over here and look at number 6. So it says, adhere each coordinating pattern paper mat to its corresponding cardstock 2 mat. So layer A is listed here and layer B is listed here. And you want to adhere layer A to the card front and lay layer B to inside the card base. Okay, so let's talk about this. So we're going to move this away for a moment in time, and we're going to come over here, and we are going to talk about our coordinating pattern paper 1 with a coordinating cardstock 2. So we have here, we're going to work with this one here, is for layer B, 3¼ by 3¾ This is B. And then layer A here, 1½ by 3¾ And we need to find the coordinating pattern paper to go with them. So this one looks like it fits really good there. And this one looks like it fits here. So I might have been saying that a little bit backwards, but you have your coordinating cardstock 2 mat with your pattern paper. So these measurements are for the cardstock. These are for the pattern paper. And I might have said that these were for the cardstock, but ultimately we have designer paper or pattern paper that's going onto our mats. And so what it's saying is adhere them together. So let's adhere these 2 together. And then let's adhere these 2 together. So we've got that 1/8 inch border around that one. And then we also have this 8¼ inch border around this one. Kathy loves the mystery stamping. Yay! So I have, I always let the cart, like I let the horse out of the bag. Whatever the saying is, don't let the horse out of the bag. What's the saying, like when you have loose lips? I don't have loose lips in general, but I have a hard time keeping things contained when it's exciting stuff, when it comes like to the business. But I was talking with my point is, I was talking with Julie, and she gave me an idea for a new class, and it is going, we talked about it a bunch on Friday, and like anything, it takes a little bit to work things into a well-oiled wheel. Like if you throw things in from the side, it gets clogged, but if you juggle and they like come in and they fall in and then they keep the wheel going, that's great, right? So she gave me, she was so excited about this idea for a class, and what I'm letting, oh, it's the cat out of the bag, not the horse, sorry. We're letting the cat out of the bag a little bit. Something that's on our horizon, maybe not in the next month or two, and I haven't even told Jolene, I haven't told Kelly, I haven't told anybody that we're working on this potential new class, and it's going to be called the Blast from the Past Mystery Class. And so it tricked in my head when Kathy said she loved the mystery stamping. So we're going to be pulling in another mystery card class, kind of. So stay tuned. This is a teaser. Just stay tuned. It might take me till the end of the summer to wrap my head around how we're going to make it work. But it'll fill it in. It'll get interwoven into the mix. So fun stuff. Let the cat out of the bag. Yes, Rosie. I was thinking about a horse. I don't know why. Loose lips sink ships, but don't let the cat out of the bag. See, I was kind of like in the right mix, but you guys, that kind of thing that I just said to you isn't going to sink a ship, and it's not like, it's just a teaser is what it is. So it's just a fun little thing to let you know we're thinking of another way for more creativity for everybody. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's a little bit of a insider information that nobody knows about until all you guys just heard. So Jolene's like probably rolling her eyes. Put the cart before the horse. Yes. Okay. If I could mix 2 things together, that is exactly what I did. I put the cart before the horse and let the cat out of the bag. So the horse was getting out of the bag. You guys could probably never figure out how like I came up with that in my head. Adhere layer A to the card front, layer A. We're gonna put that to the card front. And adhere layer B inside on the smaller card base like this. All right, so let's do that. Hello, Jenny Knutson. Hello, Deanne Dawn. All right, so we've got, so what we're doing is we're always looking for ways to find fun, exciting creativity and engagement for everybody. And that's what Julie and I were talking about on Friday is an idea for a new class, which will be fun for the whole family. All right, so there's our first layer and here's our second layer right there. Now let me see what I want to be seen. I've got a little ribbon and a strawberry and a lemon and a lime. And if I go like this, I've got strawberries at the top. I've got some herbs and another little lemon. But I got purple showing. I think I want the orange coming up first. So there's an orange ribbon there of a peel, I guess, an orange peel. We're going to put that towards the top. So let's get that glued. All right, so 6 was gluing our designer paper to our mat and then putting that onto the card front. All right, so this is what we've got so far. All right. Never, Jolene says, I love it. Okay, so are you guys good with number 6? So we had DSP coordinating paper to the coordinating cardstock and then putting that onto our card front. So this is what we've got so far. Boom, boom. Very cool. All right, I'm gonna move the camera up. I just realized it's almost 7 o'clock already. Holy Moses, where does the time go? We are going to cruise over to number 7. How's that sound? So without waiting any longer, let's do number 7 because I'm sure you guys are coming up with that gluing together really quick. So Tony says she's done with number 6. Yay. All right, let's see what is happening here. Adhere the coordinating pattern paper 3. So my last one is the same as this one. So I chose to go with the same one. And it's 1 3/4 by 3 3/4 to the top of the coordinating cardstock 2, 4 5 and 3/8 mat, this guy right here, so that there is an equal border around the top, the left, and the right. So I'm going to pretend that I did that, but we're going to, just so you guys don't feel like you don't know what's going on in the inside, we're going to read through the rest of this before I do this. Adhere the basic white vanilla mat to this layer below this pattern paper, leaving a slight gap. You can see here she's got a little bit of yellow, mellow yellow, in between these two. And that's on purpose. So you have this piece of white right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to adhere this to that. Now, before I do that, I want to make sure I get my Stampin' on. So it doesn't say anything about stamping here. And I thought that like it's always a good idea to do a little stamping. So Jolene, what I'll probably do is just edit this to make sure we put, say, stamp on here first. And then it says adhere this layer to the inside of the card. So all of this number 7 is basically adhering, and then adhering this to the inside, right? So I decided to go with top and bottom being the same. But what we're going to do before we do that is we're going to stamp or figure out what's going on the inside of the card. So here's what I've got. In a nutshell, you know that this is kind of what this is going to look like. And I haven't determined yet what I'm going to stamp on the inside. So just to kind of give you a little perusal, I was thinking about putting, okay, I know that this gets covered up, but I was going to put a couple drinky drinks on the front of my card. I think maybe that guy there, that guy here. And they get lost. So I thought to myself, how do they not get lost? Is by putting a circle here. And then I was going to have this here with my drinks in the middle of the circle, the spotlight thing, right? Something like that. And I was going to use a sentiment on the outside. And the cheers is good. But I'm thinking more of a long skinny. And I just thought in my head, Simply Said, actually. Hang on. Simply Said has something in it. Right here. All right. So that Let's Celebrate was a little bit teeny tiny for me. So there's a really long skinny Let's Celebrate. So I was actually, and Simply Said here, I was thinking about doing Let's Celebrate across the front here like that and having the drinks potentially on them. And then that means I could put the cheers on the inside. So let me grab the cheers and we're gonna kind of go backwards and like take this out of here. And I want to get my stamping. What if you cut that spotlight circle in half so it pops up from behind that front layer? Maybe it won't cover so much DSP. We'll keep that in mind when we get that far. Yes, we'll talk about that. I want to reverse now and let you know. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to stamp on here. So I also pulled a drinky drink from the DSP. That's going to look really cool in the bottom corner here. And then I'm going to stamp, I think I'm still going to go with Secret Sea. It looks so dark that it almost looks black, so I'm going to go with it. And I'm going to put Cheers right here. So now I had to map out the front of my card to figure out what I was going to stamp on the inside, okay? So I didn't mean to, again, get the cart in front of the horse. And now that we have that straight in our head. But now that I have my inside kind of figured out, let's go back and do what the 7 says to do. So you're going to adhere the designer series paper to the top. And we're going to glue our little drinky drink and our white piece. So number 7 is all of this and then some. So we've got this, and you want to keep the same margin on the sides and the top. And then we've got this, which when you glue this, it leaves the same margin on the sides and the bottom and the middle, right? So that's what we've got. Now you could have easily had the white go the whole up so that you didn't have that gap in the middle, but I thought it was really cool. Jolene thought it was really cool, and it made it look a little bit different, right? And then we have a little drinky drink that we're gonna put right there, and it matches so nicely with the color pattern that's going on with this card. All right, so here's what I've got for my inside, and adhere this layer to the inside of the card. So let's do this now. And put that here on the back inside here, right? Perfect. Very nice, very nice. All right, so let's see what we've got. That last one was the pattern paper, the white, gluing onto the peach for me, putting an inside focal image in here, and then putting it in the inside. So now I've got my card looking like this so far, and we're up to number 7, and it opens like this, and then we get to the inside. All right, so you guys, hi Kathleen. Oh, Kathleen Ketterman's working with us. Good too. Good evening to you as well. So you guys might need a moment longer to figure out what you're doing on the inside, but hopefully you've gotten it to kind of like this point. So we're gonna move over, Red Rover, to numero ocho. Number 8 is next, and number 8 is going to be right here. Oh, that's not 8. Hang on. One moment, please. Here's number 8. Okay, so let's go down here and look at what number 8 is. It says, stamp focal images or use coordinating pattern paper and any die cuts, punches, fussy cutting of focal images, whatever you need to do for the front. Basically, we're going back to the front of the card. And we can stamp sentiments, die cut, punch, or fussy cut. I kind of laid out what I thought I was going to do. And then it says, do your sentiments and or focal images need mats? How can you add ribbon? Basically, this is up to you now to figure out what you want to do on this card. How do you want to make it pretty? So I did say that I was thinking about doing that Let's Celebrate on the inside. And I know that that generally gets a 1/2 inch strip for that Let's Celebrate. So I'm going to, oh man, that little guy just keeps wanting to fall off of there. I'm going to do a little 1/2 inch strip here. That should be big enough for my Let's Celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate. And then, oh man, I got to get this put away. We might add a little more extraness on the back side. We'll see once what this all looks like. And Jolene mentioned about potentially doing something with my circle. Right, so clue number 8 is basically make your front be pretty. Or decorate however you see fit. And the thing is with these stamps, you gotta make sure they're straight. So let's do that. So I thought, let's celebrate, because somebody's done something amazing or good in your life, and you should congratulate them for it. So let's celebrate. All right, so there's my words on the outside. Now, hello, Barbara Godby. I'm glad that you could join us. Let's just see what this looks like. Now, let me just read. What if you cut the spotlight circle in half So it pops up from behind that front layer. Okay, so like that. Maybe it won't cover as much DSP. So let's just see here. If we put that like that, I'm just gonna see here. I was trying to make it seem like the drinks are resting on that. Okay, I'm visualizing this. Then what I've got here is, what if I put it here on the front, and then I've got my circle there, and this, and I was gonna put that like, potentially like that. My orange ribbon, so I have this Timid Tiger ribbon. Oh man, I just ruined my parade here. Let's just cut that off. I was thinking about, so I wonder, I want to add a little bit more peach to it. So here's my idea. So Jolene said it covers up designer paper. Now, she doesn't know I'm doing this, but I had the inclination that I wanted more designer series paper on the card. And I thought, well, how could I add more designer series paper? So I kind of like the front look like this, but it does cover up some designer paper. So what I had in my head, you guys, is I actually, when you flip this like that, I cut another mat at the same size as the front, and I was gonna glue that right here. And then I actually cut another mat the same size as the front, and I was gonna put that right here. So, so Jolene, I'm getting more designer series paper because I completely like made 2 more mats and 2 more coordinating cardstock. So, okay, so I feel as though I'm okay. I really like seeing the whole circle in the front. Now, what I was contemplating in my head is, how do I get a little peach behind here? So let me grab, I want to get a little peach pie, una más, a little more, one more piece of peach pie, just a little scrap here, because I feel like I need a little accent behind the white, and then I'm just going to go with this, all right? So, all right, you guys, did you catch what I did? I wanted more paper on my card. Apparently, I saw that I just wanted more. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm going rogue on Jolene, okay? All I did was cut another pattern paper, the same size as this one and the same mat, and I did the same front one. So I just doubled up, and I'm making my card a little bit heavier. It's okay. It's my card. I can do what I want to, right? It's my party. I can cry if I want to, but we don't cry in stamping. There's no crying in stamping. I mean, there is. It happens. But we don't try to cry in stamping unless they're good, happy tears, right? All right, so there's that. And then here's this guy right here, right? So that gave me a little more color on the inside. Love it. Now my circle. I was contemplating stamping a background texture on it, but I think I'll be okay. I love going rogue, right? Mary, you're like the queen of going rogue. All right, I'm thinking that. And then I have this little guy here, but I want a little sliver of more of this peach coming behind here. So I think I've got a little bit too much here. So let's just cut maybe 3/4 of an inch here and see how much this will add. Just a little bit. Oh, that's even too high, I think. I think we just need a little bit less even. Let's try 5/8 and make sure we're straight, and then cut. All right. And I'm thinking it doesn't even need to be that long. I'm going to cut it off right about, that's ribbon scissors. Let's not use that. I'm going to cut it. I wonder if I do angle. Hang on. I want angle maybe on this side and this side. Let's see what this looks like. Let's just cut this side off. See, it's our card. We can do whatever we want. But maybe that looks good. I think I can, oh, let's do this side on this, like this. One moment. I like little anglies on the one side. There. Okay, that's what I got. I got a little peach coming through on me. A little peach fuzz, right? Let's move this out of the way and adhere these 2 pieces together. Stamp the ice cubes on the circle in a light color. There are ice cubes? There are ice cubes. All right, let's get the ice cubes going. Let's grab a little block. Let's grab some peach pie. And let's see where my peach pie's hanging out. Peach pie, where would you be? Where did we use you in the monthly class? And we didn't. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go, I think it should be peach pie in the background. Let's just see over here. Aha. We're gonna stamp peach pie ice cubes in the back. We're gonna see what this looks like. And we're gonna do it at second strength. Let's see how light they are at second strength. Oh, you can't even see them at second strength. So we're gonna stamp one right behind where I'm gonna just test right here because that's where the drink will go. Okay, we're going for it. So Debbie Gast, here's to you. Here's a little ice cube in your drink. I don't know. I'm just going to do a few around the edge. And I'm not going to have any rhyme or reason to this. We're just going to do a few around the edge. And put that there. Put this one here. Okay, we got ice cubes. You can see them. They're good. Oh, cloud cover. No, I'm okay with the peach pie. Cloud cover would have looked nice too, I'm guessing. But I got it done. I've only cut one little circle for myself, so I'm going to go with this. Now, because I can only adhere this on the bottom though, right? I can't put any adhesive back over here. So let's just do a little line of liquid glue right there. Pick some of that up, get that down here. Let's center it right about there. Pool party. Oh, you guys wanted, oh, ha. I should have done pool party ice cubes. Oh, you guys, I wasn't thinking about pool party, but you're right. Pool party ice cubes would have looked great. But by the time I get these on here, you're going to see there's ice cubes back there, and nobody will ever know that I didn't mean to make them pool party. It's okay. But I'm going to put this together like that. So a little line of liquid glue back behind here. Good idea, though. Pool party, yep, I get it now. Ice cubes should be kind of pool party. You're right. So we're going to do this. And I think that my drinks need to get a little pop up. Pop a top again. And this could get right there. And then what we'll do is we're going to just put a little glue at the bottom. I feel like I should have had pool party ice cubes, you guys. Sometimes my mind doesn't always think about logistically that would have been perfect. But we're going to just stagger these like this. I mean, we cover up most of it anyways. Not most of it, but you can see them coming out the side. And then I was going to use a little tear-in tape along the back with some of the orange ribbon. I'm just going to weave a little. It was good. I didn't want to leave the white circle blank, right? That would have been too stark. So I'm glad that we did add a little pop of color back there. And I'm just going to weave a little bit of this ribbon back and forth. Trim my ends there and there. Let's just see what that looks like. If it's good to go, we're almost there. I was going to pop that up along the bottom of the drinky drinks and put that right about there. Gotta have some grounded drinks, right? They can't be floating in outer space. All right, I'm so far so good. I likey long time, right? He. Very good, very good. Like it. Now, I got these gems right here, which have some orange of the tiger kind. And then I've got some of the ducklings of the darlings. There's some strawberries and some secret sea. So I'm trying to think here. The orange might get lost, right? So that's what that looks like. You can't really see it. So I actually wonder here if we do a little bit of the secret sea, because that's what color ink we used. So I don't always press my gems down right away hard, so I can play around to see once where I'd like them. I think that looks good like that. Okay. Yeah, it's a fun fold. Okay, I like that. He. Okay, so yes, the ice cubes definitely could have been pool party. They would have been subtle enough in pool party, and it wouldn't have been feeling like you're pulling in another color. But I also think that it's kind of like, well, what are they? Are they ice cubes? You don't necessarily know, but they do provide a little background texture on there. And what's super cool is because I used these drinks, I can Stella them and get them all glitterified. Darling ducks, yep. There, okay. So then let's open it up and show you what we got. All right, so front, little Action Jackson there, little cool actual, like this one's cool because the pattern paper is a little busier, right? So it lets you, it doesn't look like it's boring. It looks fun. And then I've got it on the back side there, and we've got the cheers, and you've got a little room to write a note. Now, if you needed more space to write another note, you could always mat the back with some white, and you could have a bigger space to put your love note. Now, I'm glad I did the secret C here because it kind of matches the blackberries over there, and then the gems get pulled in. It all, that really nice, that coordinates nicely. I am so happy with that. Whoop, whoop. Okay. All right. Now, wait one moment, please. I think I got ahead of myself because let's look to see what else we have here. Oh, man. Let's move over to clue number 9 and see what number 9 was all about. Hang on one moment, please. All right. Assemble the sentiment and or focal layers and adhere to the card. Okay, I got a little bit excited. I got a little ahead of myself. Sorry about that, Jolene. Get creative with the various layers, heights of the card. Can you tell I did get creative with it and I couldn't stop to even read clue number 9 to you? Oh, I guess you'll have that on those bigger jobs, right? Okay, so then, wait, there's more. Let's move over to clue number 10 and see what clue number 10 is all about. And here we go. Embellish and Stella to your heart's content. And last but not least, thank you to Miss Melissa Kerman for the inspiration. Jolene had found the layout for this card on Melissa's, her page. And I have some information too on that too, in case anybody wants to see more on this type of a card. Let me just share with you. It's called melissascraftingtreehouse.com and learn how to make this new fun fold. And that is where she found this inspiration in the past, and she had been wanting to work on it. And so Mystery Card Night was the perfect opportunity for us to share Melissa's creation and her fun fold, which is technically hers, with you guys. So, right. So thank you to her for her inspiration. And it helped me make this awesome, fun orange card. Okay, so you guys, I can't say that orange is my least favorite color, but it's definitely not in my top 10. But I have to say that orange is Gina's favorite color, and I just made a perfect card to share with Gina because she'll be like, oh man, it's orange, I love it. So, and we got to use pumpkin pie, we got to use peach pie, we got to use some secret C, we got to pull in ribbon and gems, some awesome designer paper, and we got to get our drink on and get you inspired and excited for our celebratory sips ink paper scissors that's coming up in a couple weeks. I think we have it on the 25th in person and also the 26th online with you guys. So yay, we did it. Okay, so now what does that mean? We have one more last little thing that's not actually a clue number, but we like to share our creations. So I have here this last little printout, which is time to share. Now, what do we do with sharing? So I love to see what you guys created. We all love to see what everybody's created. And so we give you the opportunity, and the opportunity is to share your creations on the Cards by Christine Facebook page. And so right here, this is so if you click on this, that's not going to really take you into it. So that might be a little deceiving. So this is where the video link is. But what we need to do is we need to get into my page where the, hang on, let's see where the events are. And we need to find, hang on, let's go back into Cards by Christine. Here, let's go to my page. Okay, so we're on my page. So we're going to go in here and then it went away. All right, one moment, please. Let's go back and click it one more time. Here's my page. On the events tab, so there's a spot for events. We have, right now it says happening now. Now after this class is done tonight, it's going to be in the past classes. But when you click on that, and what you need to do is you need to go to the discussion, And we've already shared a post out here that says, we hope you had a great time solving the mystery with us. Show off your beautiful creations here and be inspired by everyone's cards. If you comment on this thread by June 30th, you'll get in on the drawing that we do once a month. And so this is the post. So when you click comment, you guys will need to take a picture. So you can, hi guys. All right, let's flip that around. And you're going to take a picture of your card, right? If you're wanting to, you could take a picture of the next one. So what we're going to do is share that. And then when you are done posting, it's going to ask if you can reply to it. And under the reply, you could post another picture. Hello. You could post another picture, right? Like I'm just going to show you. You could do a second one, right? And if you're so inclined to show us the other section of your card, you could reply yet again. And so what this does is it just keeps it all on your comment, not creating multiple comments. And let's try one more time here to get the third one. I'm just showing you like that. And then when you click done, it'll post. So you could post all three of the different tiers of your cards. But what happens is this one's the first one, and then it indented, it moved in a little bit, and then it moved in again. So what happens then is when you're looking at the comment, there's one, it shows one comment, but there's a couple replies to that comment. And so then it keeps it so that you're just basically showing off the front. And if people want to click in here, they can see the replies within to see all the different layers of your card. So it kind of looks like it indents in. All right, so I'm going to have on Thursday, I'll have Kelly photograph this and create a professional photograph, and we'll put that also on the event. But that's how you share. And then what we'll do is the first YouTube live that I do in July for like a nighttime class, you will go through and we'll pick some winners. So depending on how many people submit their cards. So Irene said she used single-sided cardstock, so it was blue and white. I got crafty and added a bunch of florals climbing up the sides to hide the white. Very good. Tony said, thanks for sharing. You're very welcome. And the card turned out great. You guys like the layout. Oh, Irene's favorite color is orange too. You and Gina would get along great. Yes, thanks to Jolene and Melissa for bringing this card to us today. I do appreciate it as well, you guys. I love it. I'm so blessed that I have Jolene helping me with this stuff. It's fun. I'm really excited about this card. I do. I love it, Jolene. It's amazing. I'm blown away by it, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. You guys, I hope that your cards turn out amazing and beautiful. Hopefully it wasn't too complicated of a fun fold for you. I can definitely see that when we do another fun folds class, I could definitely see bringing this layout into the mix. Like when we do an ink, paper, scissors fun folds, or if we do a stamp a stack fun fold, this is a fun one. I love it. It's so cool having the tiered steps to it. So very good. Mimi loves it as well. Good, good. All right. And Barbara keeps dropping. Sorry to hear that you keep dropping. Hopefully after, maybe you'll catch the rest during replay, it won't drop. How heavy was it? So you guys, I did add 4 extra mats, right? So by adding the 4 extra mats, that did add a little bit. I would have to say I'm at about an ounce. So by the time I add an envelope and I add potentially a postcard, because sometimes I put postcards over the top so that they don't get, like let's say a card protector is what people call them. I definitely would say that you'd probably need an extra ounce stamp on there. So it's right there, right? But you could have also not added potentially this circle in the drinks. You could have just added a sentiment at the bottom and used different paper, designer paper that was more vocal, I guess. So Cindy said, which paper pumpkin kits are behind you? That was fun. I look forward to seeing it. So I will say here that I think that this is April. I'm pretty sure that that one's gone. And I have May. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I think I need to mail out these 2. But the one on the top is a refill kit for the Daisy one. I had gotten an extra refill kit, and so it's called Daisy Daydream. It's not the full pumpkin. It doesn't have the stamps. It doesn't have the ink in here. So this is the refill kit. It was $12. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, like maybe 4 to 5 of the May, which is the Manly Man set. That was called Mountain Majesties. And the April one, in the next 24 hours, I have to do, and I'm going to try to do it tonight. It might be Rita's. I have to double check if I mailed Rita's out or not. If I didn't mail Rita's out, then that bottom one is Rita's. And if isn't Rita's, then I have one available. So I'll figure that out. And by the time I go live again on Wednesday, I'll know if that bottom one is there. Donna says, it's beautiful. Orange and yellow are your favorite colors too. They're very bright and cheerful. I definitely agree. All right, so Cindy, I hope that answers your questions about the pumpkins. And in case anybody else is wondering, we've got, they're more current. So we were able to go through the ones that I had that were pending from earlier in the year. So good. All right, you guys, it's already 7:30. We're way overdue. I usually try to do this class in about an hour. So I hope you guys have fun making your mystery card. We'll see you back live. Okay, there's been a time change. I only have Diane for designing in the afternoon on Wednesday. So I am going to bump Share, Create, Inspire up to be at 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning. Right, so Share, Create, Inspire will be Wednesday morning, 10 till about 11:30. And then I will be designing in the afternoon, the order-based class with Diane. And then on Thursday, our goal is to get the Let's Just Stamp design. And then on Friday, I think our goal is ink, paper, scissors. And then there's still 3 more classes that we're working on designing between now and Wednesday. And my goal is to do the showcase with you on June 26th around, I think, 3 p.m. No, Wednesday. Okay, the showcase is either going to be Wednesday or Thursday. I have to look at my calendar. But we're working on designing this week and next week. And then the showcase will be mid to later next week. So we're getting there. I think she needs to make the daisies into a scrapbook layout. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I don't scrapbook very much though. Carmen, somebody else would have to do it for me. All right, you guys. Sweet dreams to everybody too. Have a good rest of your night. We'll see you Wednesday morning at 10 Central. All right, love you a long time. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to everybody. Bye.